I hope everybody's doing well. We're going to launch into chapter 10 of Klein Organic Chemistry, and this is going to be on radical reactions. And it's hard not to start doing jokes about political radicals. I was thinking about that as I sat down to do this video. Ran across this book. Actually looks kind of interesting. It relates to the period before World War One. So it might be an interesting read. Haven't read it. Before I jump in, I think I'll introduce a little bit about myself. I've got another slide here. Let me get rid of my picture. So these are two radicals that come from my generation. The man on the left is Abbie Hoffman. He was one of the Chicago Seven. And the man on the right is Bill Kunstler. He both Abbie Hoffman and Bill Kunstler are deceased now. Bill Kunstler was a lawyer and civil rights activist, and he was known for defending the Chicago Seven. And during the pandemic, I got to watch a movie, The Trial of the Chicago Seven. I think Adam Sorkin might have been the director. It started streaming on Netflix in October of 2020. It was supposed to have a theatrical release, but like so many other things, COVID got in the way. The reason I put these two people on here and no one else from the Chicago Seven is that I have actually met both of these men. I was an undergraduate at Boston College I transferred there in 1980, I guess it would have been 80, in the fall of 83, as a chemistry major. And I don't remember whether it was in the fall of 83 or the fall of 84 that Jerry Rubin and Abbie Hoffman were doing a lecture circuit talking about the 80s, which was very much the era of the yuppies, young urban professionals, the Gordon Gekko kind of philosophy, greed is good. And Abbie Hoffman had stayed true to his kind of radical roots, and Jerry Rubin had really gone mainstream establishment and kind of embodied the zeitgeist of the mid-'80s. While I was waiting to get into the venue, Abbie Hoffman walked through the line where I was standing, and he happened to walk right in front of me, and he stepped on my foot. And he apologized, and we just spoke briefly. He asked me, a little bit about myself, and I was, young and a bit intimidated about meeting him, and it probably wasn't my best performance. I'm sure I remembered that meeting a lot longer than he did. So that's how I met Abbie Hoffman. And then Bill Kunstler, who's not, unless you're an attorney or you have an attorney in your family or you've been involved in civil rights, you might not know Bill Kunstler. I mentioned I transferred to Boston College. Like you, I was taking chemistry at a community college. I took chemistry at my local community college in the Hudson Valley of New York, in the city of Poughkeepsie. And the way that I supported myself in those years is that I delivered summonses and subpoenas for civil offenses, not criminal trials. I'm not sure how it works in the state of California, but in New York and some other states, you don't need to be a law enforcement person to deliver a civil process. And I had to serve papers on one of Bill Kunstler's clients, and Bill was receiving service for his client, so I went to his office, and the administrative assistant, or in those days we called them secretaries, said that Bill wanted to meet me, and he would take the papers for me personally. And he invited me into his office, and he asked me a bunch of questions about what I wanted to do with my life, why I was serving papers. It was really interesting. I'm not sure why he did it, and I didn't fully realize who Bill Kunstler was when I delivered those papers that day. It was when I was reporting to the attorneys afterwards that the service had been successful, and in order to get paid, they were surprised that Bill took time out of his day to meet with me. And as I learned more about the Chicago 7, which was the 1968 near riot at the Democratic National Convention. As I learned more about it, I look back now and realize what a privilege it was to meet Bill Kunstler. So these are two radicals, two political radicals that I've met. I'm not trying to do a political story with you, but I wanted to do the radical joke because it's an opportunity. And then I thought it might be fun to mention that I knew these guys and share with you that my career journey, like yours, was in part at my community college, and what a great institution community colleges are, and that even though that I went on to get my bachelor's degree and then my PhD, that I haven't forgotten what it was like to start out on that path. So I think I have a good understanding of what it might be like for you, and encourage you to use that as a commonality when we're talking. So that's the intro.